Previously on Bad End Theater. You are the hero. You like to think of yourself as a pretty reliable and swell guy. You're told a maiden from your village has been kidnapped and is likely being held captive at the nearby demon overlord's castle. You ask about the maiden, but the overlord doesn't seem to know what you're talking about. The overlord said that she wishes she could help you, but you're the first human that's come here in forever. You apologize for the intrusion and return home to your village. You must be conspiring with the demons, trying to trick everyone. You're seized by the crowd, and voices from all sides are calling for public execution. You hear the dissenting voices of your family and neighbors, but they, like you, are powerless against the momentum. They can only watch as you burn. Welcome back to the theater. Okay, so last time we were here, you know what? Why do I need to recap? You guys just watched the recap. I don't need to vocalize the recap. You guys saw that. You watched the if you don't know what happened, watch the recap again. Okay, but I have a plan for today, right? I have something of a strategy, if you will, right? Really fancy words here. But what we're gonna be doing, right, is I see that we have some extra options here. We have 3 options for both the maiden and the hero, but for some reason we don't have 3 options for the underling or overlord. So the strategy, the plan, is we're gonna try and unlock at least the 3rd option for both of these. We're gonna probably be focusing on the overlord, but if we're able to get that 3rd option unlocked, we'll then jump into the underling. So to start things off, we'll just go in with everything as it is now, just kind of see where everything lines up, and either you'll see a cool new ending somehow, or we'll be right back here in a moment. Okay? You awake to a huge commotion outside. All right, that's already a good start. Well, not really, but you get the idea. Metaphorically, a good start. A hero has shown up and started totally murdering your soldiers. What the hell, guy? You rush out into the battlefield to confront this jerkwad. You curse at him and rudely inquire his reasons for doing all of this. I mean, honestly, it's kind of mean. Kind of cringe. The hero yells at you, demanding you return the maiden you're holding captive. You don't know what he's talking about, but you can't forgive his actions. He's murdering your guy. He's just straight up killing your dudes. You can't let that slide. You do battle with the hero, but he has grown strong from cutting down your army. You're unable to defeat him. Wait. Nah. Is he actually going to be able to... With decisive swings, he stabs and cuts you to pieces. You fall. You have failed your subjects. You spit curses weakly. You wish you'd been stronger. Maybe you were never suited to be overlord in the first place. The truth was, you were never that much more powerful than the demons who served you. It was the title, the control that gave you strength. It was your subjects that kept you going. These are your thoughts as you are swallowed by darkness. Yikes. Okay. So... She's lamenting the lack of strength. So her whole thing is like, oh, if only I had been stronger. So is there some way I can like get the overlord nice and swole? Like, just give her like a nice workout? Like, is there a demon gym I can hit up? Just pump some iron and get ready for this? Or is that just how it is? Like, I physically can't prepare to beat him in this fight because this is just one of the endings. I think the first things first. I'm pretty sure, yeah, the underling just straight up murked the maiden. So what if we turn that off? What if we turn that off? What happens if I turn off the underling being hungry? Because what basically happened is the underling was hungry, ate the maiden. Hero came in trying to quote unquote save the maiden. There was no maiden to save because she was already dead. And not in the castle, so he kind of just ended up going all Insano style and murking everything. So maybe the underling not being hungry will keep the maiden alive. I'm pretty sure this is an ending I've already seen, but as deceptive as my editing might be, I just went through that and got nothing. So we're gonna fix that. Okay. What if the underling isn't disloyal? Because what basically happened is I told the maiden to go home, the maiden left, and then the underling overthrew the overlord. So maybe having the underling be loyal means that I won't be overthrown by the underlings? Okay, my bad. He needs to be trusting. He needs to be trusting. My best guess is that this could lead to the fire. I don't know, because I don't know what I still don't know what causes the fire. I had assumed it might be the underling, but if the underling's not disloyal, then I don't know what might cause the fire. Okay, I was mistaken. Once again, he can't be dutiful. Then he just starts killing the demons, and that's not very chill. Oh, hey, this is a good thing. I think that we're chill. Everything's chill. We're not dead yet, which is a remarkable change. Usually by now we're dead, so this is already a good start. You're awakened by one of your underlings. A hero wishes to speak with you. He inquires about a maiden who was rumored to be here, but you've never seen her. Humans don't visit here often, or ever, really. As the hero takes his leave, you wonder why he totally trusted you there. I mean, you are a demon. You could totally be lying. Heroes traditionally kill demons. This guy seemed like he was just bad at his job. I mean, in your opinion. Not that you're particularly complaining, you know, not dying is usually a plus. Whatever. You're still feeling sleepy, so you go right back to your nap. You hear voices in the hall. You aren't sure how long you slept. The sound of a shutting door forces you awake. Before you know it, everything around you being what the blazes? Well, wait, hang on. You try to escape. There's some block. So, this is the fire. It did lead, but we had a different kind of build up. So what is causing the fire? It's the underling, right? But the underling wasn't being disloyal. So what could be causing that? What could be causing the fire? The hero left, the maiden left. All that's left is the underling. And if the underling is causing the fire, that's so weird. Alright. What if he's also diplomatic? I don't know if this is going to change anything. I guess we'll see real soon. But you don't get rest for very long. The fire again. Okay, what? So, do I have to check out what's with the underling? Because something... I'm guessing I'll be given the opportunity to start a fire as the underling. And if I'm given that opportunity, I will just choose to not. And if I toggle that, that should... Yeah. Alright, underling. I don't know what I have to do for you. You are kind of just a wild card. Quit yelling. Huh? Wait, what? Wait, hang on, what? Okay, yeah. If you get along just fine, so you decided it's about time for a nap. Okay. You don't get sleep. You don't get to sleep long. Your friends wake you up. Rude. One of them is stepping on you pretty hard. You ask them what their deal is. They say they're planning a whole revolution. They're gonna get rid of the current overlord and put a new ruler in place. So it is and it isn't the underling. It's the underlings, but not the underling I play. Interesting. This isn't what I had anticipated. I mean, it makes sense, right? It's like the one wild card I wasn't expecting. They want to hear if you're in or out, and being a pretty lazy underling, of course you reply with, that sounds like a lot of trouble. How about we just skip it instead? Your friends question your loyalty to their cause. Guys, she's not so bad. You know, the Overlord's kind of chill. Like, she gave me the day off. I wasn't really expecting it. She was just like, yo, day off. I'm like, okay, cool. I was like expecting her to tell me no, and she was just so chill. Your friends seem pretty disappointed. They apologize to you, but before you can ask what they're sorry about, one of them okay, someone who's still loyal to the Overlord really has no place in our castle. You understand, right? Their claws tighten around your neck. You don't bother to struggle. You're outnumbered. You already know how things like this end. This is a pretty messed up thing to do to a friend, you tell them. They slit your throat in response, you know. A totally valid response, truly. I hate when that happens. You know, I'm just talking to my friends. I'm like, hey, I disagree on this point. And they're just like, all right, die. And it's just like, well, this is awkward. Okay. So, is the fire started in the, I guess, path involving him, involving the underling just going along with it? Yeah, let's kill the Overlord. You tell them you were just joking and clarify that you're totally in it to win it. They say you were always terrible with jokes. I'm like, it was kind of rude, but okay. Whether or not you actually feel like killing the Overlord, you know how bad it'd be to end up on the wrong side of things. I mean, that would be really awkward if you were like, hey, the Overlord's not so bad, and then they might just, like, kill you or something. That would be crazy. And if this assassination deal doesn't pan out, you can always pretend you were innocent all along. But beneath your shield of faux confidence, you worry about what you're getting yourself dragged into. You follow your friends outside the castle to talk more about the plan. You're curious if they have any idea how they want to go about this. They figured they'd just lock her in a room and set it on fire. What a stupid plan. That could go wrong in so many ways. First and foremost, we're not even going to get started on the fact that then you won't even have a castle to rule. Like, are they even thinking thinking this through? You realize your friends are a bunch of directionless thugs, useless without someone's guidance. Your guidance. There'd probably be casualties if you fought her head-on, and while showy deaths make a revolution a heck of a lot more fun, it's probably the wrong way to go. Your friends agree, and suggest that you play the assassin. You really didn't want it to come down to this, but you can't back down now. You'll have to be the one to assassinate the Overlord. Besides, no one has any better ideas. You and your friend... I'm sorry. What? I'm sorry, what? Maiden? What? Why? What? Why? Huh? You and your friends... I'm genuinely baffled. Why is the maiden here? You and your friends turn to notice the maiden from earlier has overheard your entire conversation. It'd be bad for you if the Overlord found out about this. Whoa, okay. So is this the third option? Yeah, let's toss her in the dungeon, just see what happens, right? You and your friends seize the maiden and bring her to the dungeon under the castle. It's empty, save for the decorative skulls. They're only there to make it feel more spooky. I mean, no human really visits, so there's no really reason for a dungeon, right? The maiden is very upset. You leave her in the cell to continue scheming with your friends. But now the hero has arrived at the front gates, and he's asking about a maiden. Maybe that's the one you actually just locked up. The gatekeeper, who must have seen everything, tells you the hero exactly what happened. Okay. What an idiot, you think. Why give the hero an excuse to start slaughtering us? He yells, "Prepare to face justice!" and other such cliche hero lines before driving a sword into the gatekeeper's torso. Okay, you're small compared to a lot of your friends, so you're able to slip away without getting cut up by that sword. You get to thinking, if this hero took down the Overlord for you, everything might actually work out in your favor. You wait for things to die down outside before poking your head out. You spot the Overlord and hero locked in battle. They've worn each other down, making this very easy for you. Once an opening presents itself, you hit the back of the hero's head, knocking him out with a karate chop. What are you doing? Couldn't you tell this was a duel? You don't respond. You have to carry out the assassination. You tackle her and rip her to shreds with your claws until she stops moving. You finish off the hero next. You can't let him revive and come after you later. Kind of a cheap victory, but it doesn't make any difference. Anyone who manages to survive comes crawling out their hiding places. You're the new ruler of this castle. Your subjects bow before you. You live in fear that they will one day betray you, as you had betrayed your Overlord, as is the circle of life. Interesting. Is this a bad ending? I mean, like, I kind of just got exactly what I wanted, right? Like, that's a pretty solid ending for the underling, right? Interesting. Okay. So what if... Did I set it... So he is diplomatic, but he just stabs him anyway. So what if... So I want to play with this new captor, right? This could be good. Playing with captor could be good. So the hero just seems to be default murderous to the underlings. Like the collective demons, right? So I think the only way to get captor... How can I work with captor? What can I run this with? Oh, I know. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run Maiden and see what the Maiden's perspective of being captured is. Or if she just dies down there. Whoa. Okay. We're on it. Alright. No one seems to know how to react. You grab the hero. Yeah. Take him back to the castle. Near the castle's entrance, you spy a group of suspicious-looking demons congregating. They're talking about assassinating the Overlord. You have to warn her. But the hero shakes his head. He says that if this is what the true nature of demons, the world is better off with less of them. That explains why he's, like, so dead set on killing them after believing the maiden and even being diplomatic. This isn't right, you think. Well, what kind of hero passes up the chance to save a life? The demons have taken notice of you. Wait, the hero's with me this time. Wait, hold on. The hero's with the maiden. So if the hero's with the maiden, is this going to stop the underling and prevent the uprising, like the revolution altogether? It's now or never. You take off into the castle, and the unreliable, wow, just casting shade right out the gate. The hero follows shortly after. You burst into the Overlord's room, all your words spilling out at once. You should probably slow down, but there's no time. The Overlord seems to have followed your frantic explanation, but clearly doesn't understand the urgency of the situation. The underling you recognize from before barges in, calling you a liar. Also, I want to say I really like the colors they started using. I really like the use of the red tones and the yellow tones clashing with that blue of the the maiden. That looks really cool. Like, that actually looks really cool. The shading with the red. Oh, good touch. You're surprised they were a part of this evil plot. They seem so nice. The other demons come in right after them, saying the whole thing was the first underling's idea. Everyone's shouting at each other now. It's really stressing you out. You're relieved, and the Overlord demands silence. She threatened them with violence. And you think she is very Overlord-like in this moment. You know, almost like an Overlord. Wait a second. The group of demons hiss to each other before shutting the door, leaving the little one behind. You watch as it pounds on the door in distress. Have they locked you all in? You have a bad feeling about this. Dan, that must jinx it because now the room is a goal. Alright, well, that'll do it. Okay. So everybody's here. Interesting. If only you had ignored those demons before, you and the hero wouldn't have stumbled into this situation. If you had just pretended not to hear them, if you left as you were told, only the Overlord would have been killed. But you couldn't have done that. That path isn't an option for you. You think that no matter what, you'll always strive for the path where everyone survives. It must exist. It simply must. Right? There's actually gotta be an ending where everybody... The Overlord seizes her underling. They beg for their life. You pray. You don't know what else to do, so you just pray. The Overlord's claws pierce the underling's chest. They scream an awful scream. She digs and twists her claws into the poor thing while you continue to pray. But there's no saving any of you now. You, the Overlord, the hero, and the underling's corpse are consumed by flames. Interesting. Okay, wait. So this might actually have unlocked something, because I want to see this from the Overlord's perspective. Do I get an opportunity to, do I get the choice to kill the underling? Like, am I given the opportunity to kill the underling as the Overlord if everything stays the exact same? But you don't rest for very long. Okay. All right, we got a color change. That's already a good start. Again, I love the shifting colors for this. This, like, it's like a distinct... Wait. Is everybody's color here? Red, blue, yellow... Nah, I think I'm overthinking it, right? The maiden suddenly bursts into your room accompanied by a hero. She's trying to frantically communicate something to you, but you're still half asleep. They tell you a group of demons is after your life. You still don't grasp the urgency of the situation. One of your underlings barges in next, shouting that the humans are liars. They're followed by another group of demons, crying that everything was the first underling's plan. Everyone's shouting over each other now, and it's very annoying. You yell for them to all shut their traps. You have no doubt that your servants let their ambition cloud their judgment and lead them to try to take your throne. Regardless of who led this conspiracy, I have no choice but to punish everyone to keep you all in your place, crushed beneath my heel. Saying that made you feel very Overlord-like. You aren't sure if you have the strength to back it up, though? Lately, all you do is sleep. It's been really relaxing, but it's not very, it doesn't give you the same gains as, like, pumping iron. A group of demons start muttering something about going back to Plan A and suddenly slam your door shut. You, the maiden, the hero, and one of your underlings are trapped inside. In an instant, the whole room is in flames. The underling pounds on the door, cursing at their friends for betraying them. The hero pounds on the... I didn't remember the hero doing it as well. Vowing to slay the cowardly demons on the other side. So this is how you'll die. Burned alive in your own room by those you thought you could trust. You should have expected this from a bunch of idiot demons, though. Notice the maiden is crying. Why does she have to die over something that has nothing to do with her? Perhaps she was cursed from the moment she spoke to you. You wonder if you're cursed as well. You're so filled with anger and frustration, you don't even notice that you've grabbed the underling whose traitors blamed everything on. They cry for mercy, saying that they were dragged into this plot knowing they'd be killed if they took your side. They cry that they didn't want to have to kill you. You almost feel sorry for them. So is this the last option for the Overlord? I mean, I've seen what Take Retribution does. Take Retribution results in, straight up slaughtering the underling and then dying in the room. So, will forgiving them give me a different ending? You release the underling. Killing them wouldn't make you feel any better. Besides, they've already gotten their punishment. You'll all burn together. So, no, it doesn't change anything. The Overlord's true end? Ooh, okay, we're getting something different here. Okay, this is cool. This is so cool. Oh, I'm hyped. Before you're taken back to reset the story once again, you pause for a moment. True end. That's what I'm saying. True end, you say to yourself. What was the point of all my effort if the true ending is this terrible? You must have forgotten where you are. This is bad end theater. Is the pain setting in? Oh, but you should have been well aware of what you would be shown when you entered this place. It's a problem I've seen quite often. At some point, you grow attached to my little cast. You started to relate to their flaws, their plights. You started wishing for their happiness. But you aren't going to find that here in my theater, my lovingly crafted labyrinth of suffering. Anyway, I hope you'll pardon the interruption. You're making great progress. The choice to continue on to the next ending is always yours. I'll leave you to it, dear guest. That wasn't the intermission I was expecting. I was hoping to get some popcorn, at the very least. Okay. This is getting spicy. Okay. Not to mention, there's still 41 endings. Or there's still, what would that be? More, it's like 35 more endings. There's a lot I haven't seen. Which means there's a lot we have to discover. I look forward to seeing the rest of this with you guys. This is cool. No, this is gonna be really cool. I'm excited to see what else this has. Like, I'm actually really excited. They've really, they've piqued my interest, to put it lightly. But, without further ado, as always, have a nice night. See you next time. Boop 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 boop. Got it. That's gonna be a fun post-credit roll.